Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. The public lecture that I want to share with you today is Neurotechnology and Mind Control. Where do we draw the line? So this lecture entails biblical integration too. For centuries, humanity has sought to conquer the external world. We crossed oceans, we split the atom, we reached the moon, we built artificial intelligence. But now technology is moving toward the most intimate frontier of all, the human mind. Today, scientists are developing brain-computer interface systems capable of translating thoughts into digital commands, restoring movement to paralyzed patients, enabling communication without speech, and potentially altering cognition itself. For the first time in history, machines may not merely interact with the human body, but with consciousness itself. And this raises one of the most perilous questions of the 21st century. When technology can assess the mind, where do we draw the line? Now, in this part, as you can see in this picture here, the cartoon picture here, the first part as in from healing the brain to connecting it. At its best, neurotechnology is extraordinary. Imagine a paralyzed patient moving a robotic limb through thought, a blind person partially regaining sight, a stroke survivor recovering communication. This is not science fiction, it is emergent reality. Brain-computer interfaces are already enabling remarkable medical breakthroughs in neurology, rehabilitation medicine, neuroprosthetics. In many ways, this reflects medicine's deepest purpose to restore what disease or injury has taken away. And from a biblical perspective, healing is profoundly meaningful. Throughout the New Testament, Jesus restores not only bodies, but agency, dignity, and participation in community. Healing reconnects people to life. So, neurotechnology used ethically may become a powerful instrument of compassion. So, in part three, let's look at the shift from therapy to enhancement. But history teaches us something important. Every powerful technology eventually moves beyond therapy. The internet connected information then transformed society. AI processed data, then began influencing human decisions, and neurotechnology may follow the same trajectory. What begins as treatment may become enhancement. So today we can ask, can we restore memory? Tomorrow we may ask, can we enhance it? Or can we treat? Today we can also ask, can we treat depression? Tomorrow, can we also ask, can we optimize emotion? This is where medicine crosses into something deeper, not merely healing humanity, but redesigning human experience itself. Now, in this sense, I just want to focus on the biblical meaning of the mind. In the Bible, The mind is not merely a computational organ. It is profoundly connected to identity, morality, spirituality, and free will. And the book of Romans speaks of the renewing of the mind. Why? Because the mind shapes perception, choices, character, worship, do influence the mind is in many ways do influence the person. This is why neurotechnology is ethically different from most medical tools. A pacemaker, right? A pacemaker affects the heart, but a brain interface may affect thoughts, emotion, behavior, consciousness itself. This is not merely technological territory, it is sacred territory. Now, in this part, let's look at the end of mental privacy, like the loss of mental privacy. For most of human history, the human mind has remained private. Governments could imprison bodies, but not directly assess through thought itself. Neurotechnology may change that. Researchers are already exploring systems capable of decoding neural activity, interpreting intention, reconstructing speech from brain signals, and suddenly a terrifying possibility emerges. What happens when thoughts become data? Who owns them? The patient, the corporation, the government, the algorithm. This creates an entirely new ethical category, cognitive liberty. The freedom not merely to speak, but to think without intrusion. Now, throughout history, power has always sought control of land, right? Control of economics, control of information, control of behavior. Neurotechnology introduces the possibility of influencing the mind itself. This is where medicine collides with one of the oldest biblical warnings, the temptation to possess power without moral restraint. And in the book of Genesis, in the Bible, humanity reaches repeatedly toward control beyond wisdom. This issue is not technology alone, it is human ambition disconnected from humility. A society capable of manipulating cognition could become more efficient, more connected, more productive, while simultaneously becoming less free. And there is another um, philosophical danger. As neuroscience advances, society may increasingly treat human beings as reducible to neural activity alone. But are we merely electrical patterns like love, morality, worship, sacrifice, meaning be fully explained through computation? The biblical worldview says no. Human beings are not merely biological hardware. In the book of Genesis, humanity receives the breath of life from God. And this suggests something profound. This consciousness is not merely mechanical function, it carries spiritual significance. A machine may simulate responses, but simulation is not personhood. So what will be the physician's new responsibility? Future doctors may of course face unprecedented, may of course face unprecedented ethical dilemmas. Should memory enhancements be allowed? Should emotional regulation be programmable? should cognitive optimization become commercialized. And the physician of the future may become neurologist, ethicist, philosopher, guardian of mental freedom. And medicine's ancient oath, do not harm, will take on terrifying new dimensions because harm may no longer be physical alone. It may involve identity, autonomy, and humanity itself. So, neurotechnology is neither entirely dangerous nor entirely good. Like all powerful tools, its moral direction depends on the wisdom guiding it. And the Bible does not condemn knowledge, but it repeatedly warns against pride, domination, power detached from the moral truth. Perhaps the future challenge is not whether we can connect machines to minds, but whether humanity possesses the ethical maturity to wield such power responsibly. So, like here, right, in this cartoon, this is the story from Genesis, story from the Bible. It's where the people are trying to build the Tower of Babel, and they became starting to become prideful towards what they can achieve. So the human mind may become their defining battlefield of the future, not through war alone, but through influence, data, algorithms, and neurotechnology. And perhaps the greatest ethical responsibility of our century will be protecting something previous generations never imagined losing: the sanctity of inner thought. Because once the mind becomes programmable, human freedom itself stands at risk. So, the ultimate danger of neurotechnology is not that machines may begin thinking like humans, but that humanity may forget the sacredness of a mind created for freedom, conscious, and the image of God. All right. That's all for my public lecture for this video. And God bless you bountifully in every aspect of your life. Remember, God loves you so much. And I see you in my next video. Bye.